Hey everybody, this is Davy Bird, and tonight I'm going to be showing you some of the mods and tracks I've been working on, some of the work in progress, especially new and updated for this year for dirt and asphalt. So let's start off with the dirt super late models. Thanks Bruce Carroll so much for letting me use these DM16s as a base. They don't look any different, but I've adjusted the physics some. So let's say Brownstown would be a good example. And so I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just a heads up, this mod will break your setups from dirt late models like 5 and earlier because I completely adjusted the wedge and ride height. So those values will need to be adjusted if you want to carry over your old setups. And so I'm just going to run the default setup for now to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So you could tell the car is three-wheeling a little bit. It's three-wheeling a little bit, like it's hiking up a little more in the turns, that left rear. And I even made the AI look more like that too, which I'll show you in a little while. Which I am just about done with for this year. Fine-tuning those. Well, the car looks more like a dirt late model, the way it rides through the turns. That was one of the biggest complaints a lot of people had, the suspension. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't look like a dirt late model when it's flat like that or dragging the left rear instead of like riding all over it like it does in real life and some other games. Handling is still SimK like usual, but with the late models, sprint cars, and several other cars like super stocks and stuff. You remember the skill intensive motorsport from a few years back? The physics? Well, now I tried that approach with the tires. You got Sim Tires 1B, which is balanced, 1S, which is speed or soft, and 1H, which is hard. Now I might need to lower the grip a little on the 1S because it's way too soft. So yeah. So here's the Sim Tires. The balance. I'm not going to show you everything, but yeah. Here's the seeing you got to fight more to turn right, and it's easier to spin out, making it a little more challenging. Not as difficult as like Dirt Motorsport 16, but still. Yeah, or a lot of other hardcore mods, but still. It's a happy medium. Let me look at what lap times I've hidden. $13.7, which is honestly realistic enough. $12.2. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but this can be controlled. I just gotta snap out of it because I haven't touched these tires in a little while. Throttle control is important, folks. Use your analog sticks or pedals when you can. Some places you're going to have to feather it. See, I'm not all the way on the throttle until now. halfway, kind of gradually ramping it up. Let off, brake a little. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, so yeah, you gotta be careful, but that's part of the challenge. So I'm not gonna show you the speed tires, but I'm gonna show you the hard tires. So let's go. Oh, case in point. Case in point. So now I'm gonna show you some upcoming tracks. Okay, I'm gonna try 2 more laps. That's it. Unless I keep spinning out. So easy. Yeah. Yeah. So of course, what you're going to want to do is turn the steering block all the way up. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the steering block up any higher, or else the tires would either sink into the ground or fly up into the air and crash the game. So, yeah, that can be a must. I mean, that is a must for some of these tracks with the sim tires. The cool part about this is if the AI is too slow for you, you can do things like give yourself less grip or less pressure, or make the car looser like this as a handicap and an added challenge or a realism feature. So you gotta cut against it. In the turns. Again, like I said, you really gotta watch the throttle with these things. So this means I might have to harden the tires a little bit. The Sim 1H compound. I know I use fictitious compounds. That way people can paint whatever tires they want. So yeah. Okay. And so yeah, the wage is at 0. The effects are a little more drastic now. And see, you can go all the way up to 14, 14.5 with the ride height now. Before it was only like 7 or so. So yeah, you'd end up dragging the left rear. So yeah. The first track I haven't really made much progress on since I've shown it to you guys in the album on my Facebook page. But let's see. Let's pick an appropriate driver. Yeah, good old Red Farmer. Let's see, class package. Yeah, here's my favorite one, default Alt 1. So yeah. Talladega Short Track. Now I did, however, work on a slick version and its materials and associated grip. My goal, I don't know if I'll get there, but my goal is to give every track of mine a slick and tacky version this year, like for the dirt tracks. And so for most of these, I'm just going to run like a 4 lap quick race. I gotta change back to the settings. Yeah. Special thanks to one of the Talladega Short Track flagmen for providing me with some of the photos. And he said he's also looking forward to my upcoming Chicago Motor Speedway. Not Chicagoland, Chicago. It was in Cicero, Illinois. It was a ill-fated 1 mile oval. And to be honest, it was kind of felt like another gateway, like Worldwide Technology Gateway, a little shorter, but still low banked and highly technical. So yeah, and so you see, I'm going to replace some of these billboards with what he got. I'm definitely going to replace things like the scoreboard and the sign on the end with a B, the sign on like the way station. I'm going to add a scale. I'm legal. Okay, so we have that. And now the 2022 version is actually referring to right before they put in the walls. Other than that, they're identical. So I'm just going to show you a quick version of a quick preview of what it looks like so far. I might actually make the windows transparent and put a few people in there. I don't want to lose anything from that the DWD had that was more realistic. And so see, it's got that monster cushion. Screw it, let's turn the gears up a little. Well, here's a crate late model setup. Yeah, and so you see there's no walls in either turn. See that beautiful red clay that's now black and rubbered down. See all this like dirt on the cushion? You can do some serious cushion jumping if you dare. Look. That's not serious. This is. Yeah. Probably do better in a super late model or like especially a non-wing sprint car. Like the ones with like the horsepower. So there's those. Sim racers. And of course, RIP Scott Bloomquist. I still can't believe it happened to him, but yeah, it's really sad. So, let's see. What's another one? The dirt track I'm working on. Oh, I fixed Cherokee where the tire off of turn 1 would crash the game abruptly. I had to remake the entire AIW. And we are green. See, look. Any other major crashes that I fixed? Oh, so before I show you Chicago Speedway, I'm making a drivable version of the dirt horse track, Sportsman's Park, Hawthorne Racecourse across the street from it. It was a equestrian horse racing track that actually outlived the main track by probably a decade. I'm probably just going to run one lap here. Chicago Speedway, which I'll show you later. There's Chicago. Shout out and special thanks to John Norton, Wild Custom Cars, in NASCAR Racing 2003 season. Just check out his stuff, because he let me use a lot of his models for this. He's an amazing guy, and he is a trooper. He can really make good things and pulling through tough despite everything, and we're glad to have him. Because I mean, this is sim race mod, and you can never really quit. Oh, and this is the second lap. The second lap, so I thought I was going to do one. Oh well. So, what else? Circle City, Chili Bowl, anything else? Before I go into the mods. So, Crawford County, let's see. Oh, here's another one. Eldora, a slide adjustment, a few decals in places. Now I do need to remove the Budweiser logo from the left side. I do need to remove the Budweiser logo from the left side of the roof, grandstand roof. But yeah. I'm going to run one quick race against the AI to show you what I'm talking about with the new suspension. Thanks to Boz and Bill Melicote for this, for the base of many of these tracks. Okay, so where's a good track to test? Yeah, why not Dodge City? $26. I'm gonna put myself back a little. And yeah, I'm going to try to fix the URL on as many items as possible. Probably not everything, but yeah. So Diana Evans leads them to the green, Dodge City. So you notice they're riding a little higher than they were last time, which again is accurate. Next, I need to get them to power slide just a little more. The only problem is, when they go to some DWD tracks, some other tracks, they'll do nothing but spin out. So yeah, it's a fine line. I probably have to put different tires there for the DWDs, so they can run everywhere accurately. It doesn't necessarily have to affect the user. It could be identical compounds, because the AI will just use the different default tires. first compound because they always use the topmost compound. Speaking of little R-Factor tips and tricks, if you notice why I paused the game, ooh, we got car backed up. Oh, it's slimy scaly. Oh my god. well, well, see, some tracks there will be more of that going on, but it's okay to have a little bit of that every once in a while because, well, it's racing. It's not always perfect. But what I was going to say about the pause before the race is if you have force feedback. Oh, that's a flying cat. So the first middle of the race, well, like before the like if you have rolling starts, I know everybody who races sim racing just loves the automatic rolling starts, right? The most sim thing possible. And you have force feedback on your controller, or probably wheel. You could pause and then unpause, and that will make your car, that will make the force feedback turn on, and if it still doesn't work, then you can press reset force feedback. We were flying to the pits. Yeah, and they are in the air. I might need to adjust the pit spots. So, yeah. Wait, did she leave the whole thing? No. Who else? Oh, of course, Penny B. There, Bennett. Okay, so that. What else? They didn't really do anything. Flemington, Lee County, Lucas Oil. Let's see. Is there anything else significant? Oh, Tri-State Speedway. So I'm going to show you guys the walls. And I'm a fan of the late model UMP Summer National Late Model Tour, but for now I'm going to get in the appropriate car. Not even this one. This one. So for this, I'm going to drive around the track a little, so never mind. I gotta back out because I'm at Dodge City. I need to get out of Dodge and go back to Hopstadt. Which would be a perfect opportunity for me to show you guys the sim tires for the sprint cars. So these aren't the sim tires, but I made sure the non-winged sprint cars are the hardest cars to drive, period. So you can see they're pretty high, and I made sure to lower them a little bit. In the straightaways, I need to look at the turn 2 to back straightaway. I need to look at photos of that to make sure I got it right, and probably just think about the pit walls too. The original, like the previous walls, will be available as Tri-State Classic, similar to a number of my tracks with old configurations or graphics. So, yeah. In-car cam. More. Yeah. I didn't realize they made the walls higher a few years ago. It's not too bad. Maybe I can lower a little bit. Yeah, I want to probably make uh, the billboards come off. I think you have to name them like sign.gmt or like the instance that, and see how some of them are blank white like that. That'll be the background for all of them, and then there'll be an additional layer that can come off. It'll just flat out disappear. So, yeah. Oh, shoot. Forgot about the sim tires. Well, let's see. Terre Haute Action Track. I'll just show you just a little bit what these sim tires are. Okay, let's go. And if you don't want to pause the rolling starts to get your force feedback working, you can also hit the options menu right before the race, and you'll have force feedback as soon as you have control of the car. So, that's throttle control, throttle control. Yeah, so let me turn up the steering lock. Oh, yeah. Careful not to turn right, just turn right, turn left, right. Yeah, here we go. So see, I'm fighting the car. That's how it's supposed to be, I guess. Okay. I'll be right back, and then we'll finish up with the dirt section, the dirt portion of this. Alright, I'm back. Now on to the wing sprint cars. Let's try Bloomington for this one. See how many 9s we can get. Okay, so these are with the speed tires. These are the advanced physics. That sharp right turn. Yeah. There you go. So now let's do a few laps like this. Ford can get an 8. That's really realistic, huh? That's pretty realistic. Floor it and get any single digit lap time here in anything. Okay, so for those who get bored with that, here's something for you. Screw it, let's take the back way. I'm the only one here. Don't have to worry about merging into traffic. Obligatory opening spin out, so yeah. Let me change it to the last lap time. Steering lock. Once again, taking the pit entry to exit. Start off with the pace lap. Let me look at what the front tires are doing. See if I try to throw it into a full-blown slider and whip it straight to the right. Yeah, see, look, and the car tilts like it's supposed to. Oh, a little bit too late. It's okay to have those moments. We just drive a few more laps. You can turn left. Yeehaw! Yeah. Power sliding. Oh! Slid off the track. So let's see. Kind of lap times. Yeah. So there's those. Now the midgets got an update thanks to Isaiah Vasquez. Isaiah Vasquez. Tell here's several paint schemes. And you could choose all the different, like, 3 different engines that he made, as well as the car bodies. And I'm going to map the Nerf bars to my own version. That the ones like these that I made, that I paint, will have, but not necessarily these ones, which came from that RSRFactor Chili Bowl last year. Or was it this year? So, Randall Sim Racing. And got some from the one Power mod. Yeah, like the other engines as well. And then here's the default, like, Boz style engine that I used. Here's the Honda. I kind of modified that myself. So the Honda engine, the red. So Chevy. Then nothing else so far. Now, just a little heads up. These new midgets have a lot of polys. Not these ones, but the Isaiah ones. And so they might result in a frame rate drop. It depends. Speaking of Vasquez, here's his custom model for the Chili Bowl. Once again, shout out. Thanks to him. As well as Shane Gott for the midget engine sounds from the NEMA asphalt midgets. Yeah, one more. Okay. So now I'm gonna go back to my favorite car in the mod, the OP machine. Now we're gonna be driving the big block modifieds for a second, the Northeast big block modifieds at the Canaan Fair dirt tracks. I've got all 3 layouts worked on, not really completed, but for all long enough to show you guys. And yeah, they have changed a little the main track with a quarter mile of dirt and asphalt has changed a lot since the last time. So here's the Canaan Fair dirt track. So yeah, populated it with more objects and vehicles, pit roads, that kind of stuff. I use the Bob's Track Builder walls to make the pit roads and highways and additional paths. I try to make them as far off, as close to the ground as possible. I might have to make like new meshes for some of that stuff later. Who knows? But yeah. So I'll show you how to get into the pit lane. It's just right before turn 3. Yeah. Flags are turned off so I can speed. Now, a fan was asking me if you can drive between the dirt and asphalt tracks. You can drive on the other track. The answer is yes. Not only that, but look, see how it says 16 on the scoreboard, on the leaderboard? Well, take a gander at this. Because not only is it drivable, but look. It's going to show the same top 5. Okay. So next, I need to straighten out a few objects and split up the track and make the slick and tacky versions and give it some different grips. So that might be about it as far as dirt. Nothing else really major. Let me double check, make sure I did not miss anything. Other than that, it's just maybe a few minor graphical updates and like crash fixes. So yeah. Okay. So that about does it for our dirt coverage for my dirt development updates. Next up, we're going to hit the pavement with some short tracks and Indy cars. This is Davy Bird signing off and flying off. See you in a little bit.